welcome back to the Claremont Classic Garage. Today we're on our way over to Jackson's Auto Wreckers. This is the pickup day for the two auctions that they had there, and we didn't get lots of stuff, but we did pretty good. So we'll see you when we get there and see how crazy it is. I think yesterday was probably the crazier day. It was Saturday. It's Sunday morning. And I'm hoping that the major onslaught would have been yesterday. I couldn't go yesterday. I was willing yesterday to go there with lawn chairs and just watch the show, you know, because it probably would have been quite fun. There was old cars that guys would have had to been winching out of where they'd sat for decades. And you just get to meet and talk to all kinds of interesting people right from the hobby. But anyway, and besides, I was busy yesterday. I had to go help my dad because a squirrel ate the roof of his house. You can't believe a little thing this big, how much damage they can do. Holy mackerel. Anyway, we got him fixed up. So we're going here today. See you when we get there. Here we are. Here's the ballpark, the Harvey Jackson ballpark that they were donating some of the proceeds to. And here we are. Yeah, it looks like it's kind of quiet in here today. There's a few guys in there looking at, like they're trying to figure out how to get some of them cars out. What a beautiful place. This still, to me, in my opinion, this is like a national historic treasure, but, you know, that's just me. You can see spots, what they've done, which was nice of them, is most of the cars, they've come and at least dragged them forward a bit, like broken them free of the of their earthen graves, which is good. The steel wheel McCormick is still here, but the one on rubber is gone. There's the sawmill. Pretty cool. Man, I can't wait to get in here. Another couple of weeks. Wish this guy would move from the top of the hill. It's pretty steep. I don't want to be stopping on top of it with this truck. There he goes. The old Lincoln doesn't even look too bad once it's pulled up out of the mud. It's sitting up on its own four wheels. Here's the doctor's buggy out in the light of day. That's pretty cool too. Well, we got it all in. You'll have to wait till we get home to see what we got. Still lots going on here. Well, that went pretty well. They had it really organized. And aside from just having to wait a little bit for the volume of people that were here, it wasn't really that bad. It was actually pretty darn good. So off we go. We'll see you back at the ranch. There's some more Claremont fans. They're members of Claremont Nation. We'll see you back at the ranch and I'll show you what we got. So here's the first load of stuff we got. It's a bunch of new old stock Algonquin trailer hitches. This was your idea of a custom fit hitch back in the day. So they all come with the instructions. So we'll be able to figure out what kind of cars these things fit and decide if we're going to keep them or rehome them or what we're going to do with them. Also, in that lot was just some miscellaneous leftovers of other trailer hitches, which is handy because, I mean, you get great big steel brackets like this. We are always looking for stuff like this around here. Look at these great big 1/2-inch carriage bolts and these things for fishing bolts through frame rails and whatnot. This stuff is gold, man. So that was a pretty good lot to get. There's still one more new old stock hitch in the bottom there. And look at these great big bracket kits. Look at that. That's some heavy metal, man. The next lot was this partial case. There's 7 quarts in here, or 7 liters of Pennzoil straight 50 racing oil. My racing days are behind me, but I'll tell you what. When you get one of these things that decides it doesn't want to have oil pressure, it's old and worn out and it barely has 5 pounds of oil pressure, this stuff is good. This is good. We'll use this up. This here is a couple of shifters. This one is for an F-150 with a top loader or a top loader imposter, which we'll get to talking about top loader imposters in a little bit. This one is some kind of a custom shifter that somebody had made. You can tell by the knob, for a top loader imposter, with a Chrysler rubber boot that's all ripped to hell. We've got here Fenco. I used to go down there when I worked in the auto parts store when I was a kid. I'd go down to Fenco in Toronto and pick up stuff that we special ordered. But this here is a, look at, a new old stock. It's rebuilt. It's not new, but it's a rebuilt 11-inch Ford clutch. Look, comes with a throat bearing, comes with a pilot bearing. This is great. I'm going to look up on Rock Auto later what one of those costs. It doesn't cost the $10 that I paid for it, I'll tell you that. And then this here is the flywheel, clutch, and bell housing for a 3rd gen Camaro with a T5 transmission, and in this case, a 2.8 V6 engine. And I forgot it came with a Chevy starter too. We got, I didn't even know what size these were because the pictures were blurry, right? But I got these 4 brand new tires for $4. Three. Sorry, I had 4 in my mind. Not 4 tires for $3. I wish. It was 3 tires for $4. So I get them, and they're 750/16 LT. So what I would like to do with these is the tires on my scrap metal trailer are getting pretty long in the tooth. So what I've got to do is I've got to find some 16-inch wheels that will bolt to that trailer, probably 2nd gen Ram or something like that, and I'll be able to use these tires on that trailer and they'll last a good long time. This was a lot right at the end that was going by and had no bids at all on it. The minimum bid was $2. So I threw $2 at it because I saw that trailer hitch. Unfortunately, once I got it, I realized it's a 1 1/4 receiver, not a 2-inch receiver. But that's okay. We'll do something with that. The bumper is off a 90s Ford van. It's just 20 pounds of scrap. I'll get my $2 back just from that bumper. And these brackets, I have no idea what they are. Although this one looks suspiciously familiar. It looks very Mopar-ish to me, but I'm not sure. Oh, there's a number on it. I know a guy who will know what this is. Here's a milk crate. We always like to get milk crate. It's full of various oils. Now, what I was interested in was this AC Delco engine oil supplement, because this stuff is full of zinc. And you can use this to dose the motor oil in your old flat tappet camshaft engines, like the 340 or the 390 in my Galaxy. And this helps the camshaft survive. You don't have to put the full thing in. Put the full thing in if you're breaking in a new engine, and then after that, I usually get 3 oil changes out of 1 bottle. Well, I've got 12 oil changes worth there. There's also, look, a brand new jug of Dexron 2. We're always using that. Non-detergent 30 weight oil. I think that's what you use in compressors. And I got this thing here of 10 weight motor oil sealed in the old can. Unreal. And these 4 things of snowmobile oil, which I have absolutely no use with, so they'll go straight back. Here's another oil lot that I got. Look, more snowmobile oil. That can go with that snowmobile oil. And then we've got 6 liters of SAE 30 motor oil, which they call for in the old Briggs engines. You can also use it in these old tractors. This stuff just gets used up around here. And in the bottom of this milk crate was a 1992, look at a 1992 copy of old autos. Look at 91 Dodge Shadow, 89.95. 90 Dodge Shadow, 69.95. Wow, lots of Chrysler stuff here. Look at all the caravans he's got. Unreal. Now, these are what I like to use. You'll see on the tractor in there. I use these for the lollipop lights for the 4-way flashers on the tractors. And I saw this lot coming up, and I could see that there was 2 or 3 of these lights in there. Well, turns out there was 9 of them in there, and they're all almost brand new. Like, they're all in nice shape. That's great. And in the bottom of the bin, we found all of these old license plate lights. Guide SAE. Oh, it doesn't matter. Made in USA. Look at that. So we'll rehome those. I found these other lights. This is just a piece of scrap. And one roof light for a truck. So here's a whole bunch of other junk that we got. A couple of well-used looking exhaust expanders, but they're okay. They're in one piece. Not quite sure what this is, other than a couple of decent hunks of metal we could make stuff out of. We got 2 slow-moving vehicle signs. Something I've always wanted, a slide rule. It probably cost me $20,000 at university to figure out how to use it, but I have it. That's the main thing. I got a nice hone here. It looks like it needs a couple of new stones, but doesn't look to be very used. It comes with 1 new stone, but it's the wrong one. I got the remains of some kind of Tapcon kit. I'm not sure what that really is. A chalk line, an old Canadian Tire 3rd brake light. When the cars started coming from the factory with 3rd brake lights, everybody wanted to put a 3rd brake light in their old cars. So you could go to Canadian Tire and buy one. Like, it's complete. Brand new in the box. That's pretty cool. Good swap meet thing. An old scissors jack out of something. And these are old road flares. You used to put lamp oil in these things, right? And if you're in a wreck, you'd set this up on the road behind your car. Unbelievable. I haven't seen one of these things in years. Pretty cool. The stuff you find at auction. And the last thing from up in the building we got was a case of grease. Excellent. We're always looking for grease. Grease, like if I go to Canadian Tire to buy it, it's $7 or $8 a tube. I got this whole case. There's 10 of them in there for, I don't know, 20 bucks or something. I'll buy that every single day. Now we've got this 2 skids of transmissions. Now, all of these, except for one that I'll show you later, came as a lot. It just said, skid lot of transmissions. And I saw one on there that was one that I'd been kind of looking for a while. So I bought the whole lot just to get those. And then I figured we'll figure out what the rest of them are and see what we can do with them. So anyway, what we've got here, these 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are mid-50s Ford column shift 3-speed transmissions. They'll go behind the 6 cylinders or the Y blocks. I got 5 of them. This one here I'm gonna keep. It's a 230 an A230 3-speed Chrysler transmission with the floor shift. See, lots of them in Little Valiants. You get A903s and A390s, and they did not have the pad on the side of them for mounting the floor shifter. This would have been from a Duster probably with a floor shifter. I checked the number. It's from a 1974 Hamtramck built car. So we'll keep that. These ones here are all really, really old truck 3-speeds. Unfortunately, most of them are missing bits and pieces, so they're all just going to go for the shredder. This one here, likewise, it's a great big truck transmission. There's just too much of it missing. Junk. These 2 here, these are 49 to 51 Chevy. Oh, those 2 dogs, man. This one here, I think is some kind of GM 3-speed, but it's only got 1 ear left on the case, so it's junk. And out of this whole skid lot, this is the guy I wanted. It's what we call a top loader imposter. So what this is, Ford in the mid-70s, they took the old top loader 4-speed and they switched 3rd and 4th gear around, and they revised the ratio of 3rd gear. So you got 1, 2, 3, and then an overdrive. They use these in Granadas, F100 trucks, and Econoline half-ton vans. You don't find them too much anymore, especially ones like this that actually have the shifter and the rods and everything on them. It goes on any Ford bell housing. They're a neat old thing. I don't know what I'll ever do with it, but I've just always wanted to have one, so now I've got it. And then there's this guy here. I didn't pay that for it. That's back from in the day when Paul used to take it to the swap meets and try and sell it. This is a Chrysler 833 4-speed transmission. It's out of a 1966 273 powered A body, so that'd be a Formula S Barracuda or a 273 Commando Dart. They call it a Commando in a Dart? I don't know, but it's got the, you got to watch, because the first couple of years of A body ones, they had a ball and trunnion 64 65, and they're not really much use. But this one's got a slip spline, proper yoke on the back of it. This is the same transmission that I've got in my 70 Duster, and I'm very happy to get it. It's got a set of levers and rods on it, although these are, I could tell by the thickness of them, thickness of the levers and thickness of the rods, these are from an aftermarket, like a Hurst Indy shifter or something, but they still work just fine. You can get a Competition Plus box. I've got an A-body box and an A-body handle. That's great. What I got to do now is when the yard opens back up in 2 weeks, we'll be there. I got to see if I can find a bell housing for it. That'd be great to find. But anyway, I got the transmission, and that's the main thing. So that's it. That'll do it for the Jackson's Auto Wreckers auctions 1 and 2. I don't know what's going to go on. There was talk of another auction somewhere down the line. I don't know if they round up or find more stuff. I don't know. The house is still there, and I heard rumors that the house is full of stuff too. So I don't know. That's not my baby, but it was great. I'm so happy to get the stuff that we got. And we'll put it all to good use, I'm telling you that. So anyway, I'm going to go now. When I see you sometime in the future, we'll be in the yard at Jackson's Auto Wreckers for, this time they swear, it's the final time. After it closes this time, the first week of June, that's it. The crusher's coming, and they're cleaning the place out. So we got to get in there now and make it count. Anyway, I'll see you in there. I'd like to thank you for tuning into the Claremont Classic Garage. I hope you will come back and see us again. And until then, I'm Kevin with Deb behind the camera saying so long for now.